Hey, everybody. Listen, welcome into the building. Happy Tuesday. Okay. Happy Tuesday. It is Trending Topics, and I'm glad to see you out there and coming in the building. Listen, guys. Oh, my God. OMG. 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 Okay. So the last 2 days, that's why I'm late today, too. I'm glad I've seen y'all getting your tickets. Get your tickets. I'm like, what is this on my hands, on my shirt? What's going on? It's bothering me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like wiping. But anyway, the last 2 days I was over there. I'm a girl with my girl Sherelle over there at Sherelle's World, and child, they drugged me through the coals. They took my own train and ran over me. They dragging me for filth in the YouTube streets. Okay, they claiming I don't even stand by the females. I hate Melody. I'm like, what the heck? I don't got nothing against Melody. I tried to, I know. Hey, I try to educate people from my viewpoint and my standpoint, but just because I do that, that doesn't mean that it's the end all be all. Listen, sometimes you have friends that will keep you in your mess, and sometimes you have friends that will help you get out of your mess. And me and my friends, we come from the suck it up buttercup crew, meaning get your life together. Okay. Don't stand in your mess and stay in your mess, because it's not going to serve you any purpose. And I tried to do that to help people out, but honey, they dragged me. But the good thing, let me tell you something. I don't have nothing for y'all. I'm 53. Let me tell you something. Come on, Fifi, you connected with me. Well, God, well, child, thank God, and amen. You know what? Let me tell you something. At 53, you done been there, done that. You've been down some roads. That don't mean you've been everywhere, but you've been down some roads, and you know that what? In order to glow up, you got to grow up. Okay? And you can't let nobody change who you are, no matter who they are. But anywho, I'm okay. I'm still standing. I could take a beat down and take a licking and keep on ticking, as they sort of say, right? So I'm here. Oh, look at you, Emmanuel. You cute. You cute. I'm trying. Let me drink some more collagen over here so I can get the skin tight. That's why I'm trying to, tighten up this belly so I can be running these streets. Come on, we're running these streets looking cute. But anywho, I just hope we aren't talking about. We are not. We are not. We are not. We are not. Jamie Diva, I came from that from the point on your put on your big girl panties. That's right, from the put on your big girl panties crew. Yeah, because you got life going on here. You don't have time for all that because you got kids to raise and all that. I hear that. Okay. So all right, guys, let's get into this. Okay. We're gonna get into this. And now how we gonna get into this? Y'all know what I need in that chat. And y'all know, listen, Roya, let me know if people are hopping this train. We ain't playing that tonight on this train. Okay, y'all gotta hit that like button so we can get this train moving. Best of case. Say up the streets, Diva Freak Nick is about to be out. Listen, don't do that. Listen, they suing our Freak Nick people. They like, don't be putting our business on the street. But y'all know what y'all gotta do. Y'all gotta hit that like button because that's your ticket on the train. So y'all ready? Because we about to board this train, but I can't board the train until you say what? I need that choo-choo in the chat, okay? Come on now, everybody. Give me a choo-choo. Somebody give me a choo-choo. Choo-choo. All aboard, everybody. We about to board this train and talk about trending topics tonight on this Tuesday. We about to get it in. And we got some good stuff on this trending topics. Okay, thank you for the choo-choo. Okay, we got some good stuff on this trending topics. And first, well, not first, but let me tell you what's on the trending topics. Somebody finally told the truth about tattoos. I ain't got nothing against body ink. Do what you want to do. But we got somebody saying that, you know what? The tattoos I put all over my body when I was younger at 36 is not who I am. And I kind of regret it now. And I'm sure the average working person that got tattoos all over their face, but then now they're trying to get a job, they have some regrets. But at least we got one person that's going to tell us the truth. We're going to get into this. We got Rick Ross, the boss. That man owns the biggest house in the U.S., they said. But he think he could just throw all kinds of parties and events on his property because it's large. It don't work like that, bro. He throwing a whole car show on his property. And the neighbor's like, yo, chill. Because you throwing this show and we can't get to our property. So they trying to block it. We're going to talk about it. There's this chick that said, you know what? Y'all can learn a lot from a gold digger. She said, I'm never paying half a bill. Boom. I had a lot of work to do before I met you. I had to get cute, get the nails done, the hair's done, and now you want me to pay half this bill? And we ain't about to do that. Now let's board this train, okay? Because we got to get this train moving. Y'all ready, people? Thank you for the choo-choo. Make sure you hitting that like button because that's your ticket on this train. Now, you know we got a monthly ticket holder, okay? Held it down for me last night when I was doing some business. I had some business to handle. And we got two amazing. When I say amazing, two amazing. Not going to make an announcement yet. Because, darn, these people in these YouTube streets, they be coming for you. But we got two amazing interviews coming up, and I'll let you know once I lock down the date. But y'all better be here for them interviews because they're gonna be some good ones. So let me bring the monthly ticket holder in the building. Hey, Robin.
Hey, Diva. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, listen, everybody in the chat, as you come in and punch your ticket, which is that like button, can you let us know in the chat what your ticket number is, please?
Holla. Because we check your tickets tonight. Come on now,
I can't wait to tell y'all about my tattoo.
Oh, shoot. Okay, we're going to get into this. Hold on now. Hey, Robin. Roy.
The executive conductor has entered the building. Hello, people. Hello.
Oh, we putting their ticket numbers in there. I love it. I'm sorry, guys. I got cream on my hand. That's why my hands looking white, but it's okay. So Roy and I, just so you know, I want to say it's Thursday, right? Thursday, we're going to do our next segment of Dear Mama, Tupac. Y'all better be watching. Let us know if you're watching. We're doing it. It's going down. We're doing it, okay? All right. So now, let's see. Where am I going to go here? Hey, in my opinion, we survived.
I think we barely survived.
We here.
Surviving the
millimeters. Dustin, I thank you. Usually have on your avatar. Put on your avatar if you want it on, and then I'll bring you up, Dustin. Sebastian, hey.
Hey everyone, how are you guys today?
Doing well. And listen, in my opinion, they said they dragging us on these streets, but we good. I'm
Here's the thing: if you still dragging us, you feel the need. Go ahead, then, baby. Because listen here, I'm not finna fight with no uneducated people. Okay, we all said the same thing at the end of the day.
That's facts right there. But you are right. That's it, and that's all. Somebody tell me the light count here. We got 102 people on this train. We about to pull this train out the building. We're going to get into it. Thank you to all my train riders tonight. We're going to get into this and get down, okay?
We're at 62 likes. We are at 62 likes. Yeah. And we are at 97 people in the building. So if you can, please drop down your page a little bit. If you're on a phone, hit that like button, then you can go back in the full screen. And if you're on YouTube, just scroll down just a little bit, hit that like button for Auntie Diva, please, and let's get this show started.
This show started. So you know what, our first story we gonna go out the building with is there's a 36-year-old, right? Does anybody want to admit to any tattoos up here? Who got some tattoos?
I don't. I
don't, but I almost did. But I'm going to tell you what happened.
Okay, you tell me what happened when I come to you. In my opinion, You got some tattoos you want to admit to?
No, ma'am.
No, okay, Roy.
Mama always told me the tattoos would turn into holes, so I didn't ever get none.
Oh, shucks. Okay. Roy, you tatted up?
This is a temple of the Lord.
Oh my God. Okay. Hello. Holla. Robin, you gonna tell us your story when we get there? Yeah, so sure. You got some tats in the building. Leo, you tatted up?
Yes, I am.
It's okay. We in a no judgment zone. We just asking questions because we about to get into this story. Okay. So let me get this story here. Let's share this screen. Okay. All right. She said, I'm 36 and covered in tattoos. And she says, I regret them all. Good gosh. You all of them? My. Think before you ink. All right now. She said, think before you ink. Before you go to that tattoo artist, think about it. Okay, that's the message of Virginia lifestyle blogger is sharing on TikTok as she admits at 36 that she regrets the tattoo she chose in her 20s. Can everybody mute? I'm hearing a little background noise until y'all speak to y'all, please. Thank you. Okay, they just don't match who I am now. And my girly feminine aesthetic, Sarah said, whose username is at Shara Overshares, explaining the caption of her TikTok video she posted last month. In the clip, which has drawn 1.8 million views. So this is a topic people want to talk about. Okay, she said it, and probably some people are connected with her. The creator turned marketer likens her in intricate ink to clothing you can't change out of. Come on, she's speaking some words here. You can't change this. It's a done deal. You're gonna pay a lot of money. I take that back. You're gonna pay a lot of money, even if your style evolves. Imagine, if you will, you put on a shirt once when you were in your 20s, and now you have to wear that for the rest of your life, she reasoned. So come on, talk to the people. Listen, hashtag think before you ink. Okay? And that is what it feels like to get heavily tattooed before you turn into a fully developed adult human, she added. Okay? So she's just saying, think a minute, because maybe later on you're going to regret it. In an email Friday to the Post, the TikToker said that she got her first tattoo on her 18th birthday. She believes she was last inked in 2019. The vines on her index fingers, okay? It's almost like a little addiction. They get one and then they want to get more. It's not really a number at this point. My chest, arms, and a lot of my legs are covered, along with some of my ribs, she wrote. Okay, she got tatted up. Look at her. Okay, look. She cute though, but she said, I'm tatted up. Okay. On TikTok, she stated her biggest tattoo regret is the one on her left thigh of Lady Death, riding a horse. Whoo! Then what's her name? Angela White, but formerly Blac Chyna, says she got some crazy tattoo removed off of her because it was just evil. I forever have a horse riding towards my crotch. Okay. So now she getting intimate with her significant other, and the horse is getting to it before he is, or she. I think if you ask almost anybody that's over 30, if they have a better idea of who they are in their 30s than they did in their 20s, they're going to be like, oh my God, yes, she is playing. Okay. So look at her, she's cute. Got a cute face. It's all right, girl. I mean, I don't know what to tell you, but yeah. She said many of her tattoos doesn't necessarily reflect the darker aesthetic she used to favor. They may have reflected a moment in time in my 20s, maybe a moment in time that I was like not doing so well mentally, and they are here forever, she sighed. Over 8,000 people commented on the candid post, many sharing their own ink-filled regrets. I'm 29 and got heavily tattooed from 19 to 23. I definitely regret most of them for aesthetic reasons too. I wish I had gotten black and white instead of bright colors one usually confess. My husband has a literal rat and his ex-girlfriend tattooed on him. Another wrote, good God, a rat? I don't know. That might be a deal breaker for me. And your ex-girlfriend tattooed on you? Every time I hug you, I don't want to see a picture of your ex-girl or your ex. Not everyone thought she should regret her tattoos. It's because you're about aesthetic. If you were generally collecting quality art you like rather than for a look or trend, you wouldn't feel that way, one user pointed out. I like to think of mine as time capsules of the past self and who wanted nothing more than that exact tattoo, agreed another. 12% of U.S. adults regret getting at least one of their tattoos. Okay, that's per a survey. So you'll get it. Despite her feelings, Sarah is adamant she won't be removing the ink. So you're not that upset about it. Before anyone says anything, no, I'm not getting all my tattoos removed. She noted on TikTok, like that's not even feasible. Don't even suggest it. So she's telling y'all, shut up. Just because I'm telling y'all I regret it, don't go telling me to get them removed because I'm not. Okay? So we're going to start with you, Robin. What are your thoughts?
The tattoo trend is very tricky, in my opinion. The problem is that when it goes toward trend without any kind of making sense. Okay, so let me just tell you my story. I think getting a tattoo was one of maybe 2 to tops 3 things I've ever done in my life in groupthink, because I don't do that.
Okay.
But mine is very discreet, it's very small, and it's very personal. It's not outrageous, outlandish, and it's also not easily visible. It's very personal to me. It's even in a decent space. It's on my shoulder, but I can wear a sleeveless top and you can't see it. Except for that time I was out shooting hoops with this gentleman I had just started seeing. And he was very surprised to note that, the ultra proper Robin had this tattoo. He saw me very differently. I don't know what that means. I'm very comfortable with mine because of the choice that I made, why I made it, and what it looks like.
Okay.
It does bother me when I see people who are really tatted up and all over without any ability to conceal it. First, because there are different perceptions people have about tattoos and people with tattoos, whether or not they're professional. I wonder what happens when you get older and what that looks like on your skin and to your person and personality. And I have to tell you, of late, the thing people that have bothered me most when I watch them, I do a lot of like the cooking shows and stuff. I'm like, where did you get all those tattoos and why? All of a sudden the chefs have all these tattoos all over their hands and their arms, and it just looks unsanitary. But I will say, for the most part, to each their own. But I'm really comfortable with mine because I'm not overboard, and I just pat myself on the back for feeling like I'm discerning about it, and I actually have no regrets.
That's good. I'm glad you don't have any regrets. That's a good thing. Roya, what do you think? She says she regrets it. Sometimes we do regret some things that we did, but you kind of learn and grow from it. So what are your thoughts on her and her ink regrets?
I think it only becomes a regret once you become obsessed with it. I think people get obsessed with the fascination of having, and I'll call it, for lack of terminology, because to me, this is what it is, an accessory. It's an accessory. To me, a tattoo, in my opinion, if I'm going to get a tattoo, it's got to mean something very deeply to me and something very sentimental that I don't want to forget. And I think the people kind of just kind of get lost in the fantasy of having these accessories all over their body. And then the next thing you know, you're 30, you're 40, you're 50, and you're looking at yourself like, what did I do? And then, coming from another angle, because I know quite a few friends who do have tattoos, some people enjoy the pain of the tattoo, having the needle rub up against their body. Some people, like that feeling. For some people, it's therapeutic. It's very different. But I just want to say you should think about it before you actually, go through with the multiple of them. 2 or 3, okay. Once we reach in double numbers, we need to be having a conversation.
I hear you. There was in my local quick chat, there was a young kid there, and he had it all over his face. And so he was speaking to me in the checkout. He was like, "Oh, the boss, she wants me to put the makeup on." So I said, "Well, how did you come to the interview?" He said, "With the makeup on." Then I said, "Then you know what? You need to put the makeup on. If you would have came to the interview without the makeup on and she would have hired you like that, then I get it. But you came to the interview with the makeup on your face, and now you want to get the job and you want to change up. That's not right. That's just my opinion, though. So okay. So next we'll go to Sebastian. What are your thoughts?
Growing up, I've always wanted a tattoo. I always did. And then it came the time where the blood drive
Mm-hmm.
in high school, where they say if you have a tattoo, you can't donate blood, and then people would be asking why? Because in New York, you can't donate blood for up to a year after getting a tattoo.
Mm.
And then the guy was just like, well, because tattoo parlors in New York aren't regulated the way Jersey ones are, so there's a possibility you could get HIV. That from that moment on, Diva, the thought of me getting a tattoo flew out of my head. The fact that
Mm.
there's a possibility, I was like, nope, no, I don't care. I don't care. And I know it's
Mhm.
very slim, but I just don't want to have that thought that that's a possibility. Also, I realized I have a huge fear of needles. I have a huge fear of needles. There's no
Yeah,
way in hell
yeah.
it was gonna go on to me. But I like seeing tattoos on people.
Can I
Yeah.
correct something, please? Can I correct
Mm-hmm.
something, please?
Yeah, of
I'm
course.
sorry, but in order to be a blood donor, if you have a tattoo, you cannot have had your tattoo within 3 months. It's not a year.
Oh, it's 3 months? Okay, I thought it was a year.
It is
That's what
three
I
months.
remember, but it's 3 months. Okay.
And
But
there,
I know in
and
some
just
states you can get it anyway.
and for the record, when we talk about things like blood donation, you brought up the issue of HIV as it relates to tattooing and the blood supply in general. In the state of New York, in order to get a tattoo, the regulations are that the tattoo artist must use they use these small ink wells to load the ink into the needles that they use, and they have to be single use, and that is for safety purposes. So that will not, there's no possibility of any kind of cross
No, there's
contamination
always a
should they
possibility.
should they follow the rules. And then just to take it to the last step, if anyone is a blood donor, please note that back in probably 1985, there was a terrible crisis in here where the AIDS crisis um, met terrible disdain because the blood center was not properly testing the blood products, and some of them were getting through, and they were contaminated, which led to some infections. And at that point in time, the New York Blood Center entered into a consent decree with the government, which made them go through certain steps to ensure the safety of the blood supply. That consent decree was lifted probably about 10 years ago, but the blood center um, decided to stay under that consent decree because they wanted to make sure that the public knew of their concerns for the safety of the public's blood supply.
Yeah, thanks for that, Robin. But as I must just say NVA because I don't want to say your name wrong, but as you're stating here, unfortunately, a lot of people don't go to regular shops. I know many people
Mhm.
that been to what they call tattoo parties, and a tattoo artist shows up. I don't even know what the credentials are for you to be a tattoo artist. Not even sure if these people that show up to these tattoo parties are licensed tattoo artists. I don't know, but there are many people
Mhm.
who get their tattoos done in very untraditional way, so to speak. Just like unfortunately, a lot of these young ladies was getting those butt injections. Cardi B even admitted to it before she is her status that she is today was going to just bottom basement people getting injected with all kinds of stuff not regulated. So when you do anything, whether it's a tattoo, any type of procedure, you should always go to a professional. But there are a lot of people that go to what I'm gonna call that they call it in my area tattoo parties, and I don't
Yep.
know how sanitary they are. And you know, when I see people that come from a shop, I never got one. I seen their arms are wrapped with saran wrap. I don't, you know, or I'm saying the arms or wherever they got the tattoo at, if it's possible, it's wrapped with saran wrap, and I don't know what that's for, but I've seen a lot of people that they go to these tattoo parties, and it is what it is. Okay. Um, yeah. So, but that's a whole nother story. I don't want to go too far off track here. And so let's go to Emmanuel. We got ink regrets. from this 36-year-old. She says she's not removing them, but they don't all reflect the person she is today. What are your thoughts?
Oh my. Well, to be honest, I have never had any temptation to get a tattoo. Actually, it's kind of funny. I heard a quote by Kim Kardashian once. I mean, out of all people, right? She said, she was like, you wouldn't put a bumper sticker on a Ferrari or on a Bentley.
On a Bentley.
Yeah, so that stuck with me. But no, it doesn't interest me. And I'm going to be honest, this might sound judgmental, but it's just my opinion, it's just my preference. If I saw a girl with like her entire arm from like the hand all the way to the shoulder covered in tattoos, it's not attractive to me. It's kind of like a turn off, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I first of all, I'm a chicken, and I can't commit to stuff for too long. 1 minute I like it, and the next minute I'm like, even my hair, I'd be like, oh, I'm growing it out, and then the next minute I'll shave my hair off. So I couldn't commit to something that permanent. And I've seen some that I like on people, but I necessarily wouldn't get it. But my advice when I'm ever, doing career expos with young people, I say, if you're going to do it, always do it on places where it's covered up. Do you want to be in an office with long sleeves on in the summer or in hot weather? Do you want to try to cover up your neck? A lot of people, they say, oh, don't be judgmental. But unfortunately, people are judgmental. And, when you go on interviews and stuff, sometimes people make judgments. Doesn't mean that's so, but sometimes they do. So, you just got to be mindful of where you put it. Maybe put it places where when you work your work gear, if you have to go to a traditional job, no one would know but you where your tattoos are. Just, my thoughts coming out of my head. I'm not saying I'm all the way right. I'm just saying. Leo, what are your thoughts? She's 36 and have tattoo regrets, ink regrets. What are your thoughts?
Just piggyback it on what you said, because I'm in the staffing industry actually. Mm-hmm. So I do recruiting, I do hiring, I also do scheduling, I also do human resources, payroll, the whole thing. But anyway, within the industry, they come to me, right? After you done gave them that good advice, Steve, and then they ignored you and they went ahead and got these tats that they wanted, and then they come see me. And so it is very hard for people to navigate. The tattoos on the arms can be navigated, but the ones on your face and the ones on your neck, unless you do the makeup, and where I live, people not that sophisticated, it's really hard to place you. Yeah. It's really, really hard to place you. And I have 2 tattoos. I have one on my shoulder, which is a disaster. And then the first one I got was in 1991 when tattoos were $25, but it is still vibrant today. And it's on my breastbone in between. And so, and it was painful to get. And I still got another one after that. But I also was aware of, first of all, my parents are very zealot in their religion. So I had to put it in places where it wouldn't be obvious, because I was 18. So at least I had that much sense. I would never have covered my body with total tattoos. I already knew, by then, even at 18, I didn't want to put it in a place where it could be seen and I would regret it.
Yeah. It's a lot of navigation of it. All across the board for many decisions, I think people should wait. And I don't know the age. I don't know what age to say, but I'm thinking 18, 19, 20 is too young to make some permanent decisions. Even these young ladies that get the boobs and the this and the that, it's like, hold tight, give yourself some time, because maybe you may want to do something different. Dustin, what are your thoughts? She's inked up and not quite happy about it right now, but it's going to deal with it.
I don't. I'm 21. I don't have any tattoos. I don't have any plans of getting any tattoos. I don't like tattoos. I don't like. I don't like any tattoos. No, thank you.
Right. Yeah.
Why? My opinion on it is, you don't come out of the womb that way. And why would you put stuff on your body that's permanent? And you don't. What if you don't like it down the line? You don't like it down the line.
Right.
You can't get rid of it. It's hard to get rid of it. Yeah, you can get rid of it, but it's hard to. So if you don't like it down the line, don't make a rational decision about that. You think about it. Think about it before you do it. I agree with you, Diva.
Yeah, that's what she said in here. I want to say she said in this article, think before you ink or something. Yeah, think before you ink. Yeah, and that's right. Different strokes for different folks. I do agree. So I'm not, I'm not against it if that's what you like and love. I think just like she said, think before you ink. Where especially when you want to put a mate, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend name on you, at least wait till they're your husband. Not saying that people can't get divorced, but if you're gonna put a name on you, at least wait till they're your husband, not your boyfriend, or your girlfriend. That's just my thought, right?
Yeah.
I like to see them and get off. Yeah. So okay, so in my opinion, what are your thoughts? She's inked up, and she's having some ink regrets.
I mean, it ain't nothing she can do now. I mean, it's there. Unless you want to try to have it removed. But this is my thing. I feel like, you make that decision, you have to lay down the bed and accept that decision.
But in my opinion, you do. It takes a while to get rid of the ink after you do the treatment. It takes a couple of treatments to do it.
If that's what she want, no, I'm saying if that's what she want to do, then that's what she's gonna have to do. But like I said, I don't believe in them. My mom and my dad told me a long time ago, if you get tattoos, those turn into holes when you die. And I just didn't want the whole body, holy body. So I want my body to be whole. I'm gonna leave here with what I came here with.
I don't believe. I don't believe
in my opinion, did you say holes or holes?
Holes, like big old holes.
Listen, wait. Every girl I dated got their X on them. Oh my gosh.
Oh Lord. Oh no.
Nuh-uh. I ain't doing. No.
You know what it is, Diva?
Yeah.
Is that a lot of these, especially younger girls, like in their teens, early 20s, they want to get them because they want to take, trendy pics, cool pics, because that's honestly when it looks better on them, right? When they're young. So that's what they're thinking of. They're not really thinking of the future. They just want to let me get this, take a picture, take a cute picture, post it on Instagram, and then, then they have to, realize it's not coming off.
Now, what's popular with the young ladies now, but I think it's because, a lot of these hip hop stars have it, or like people entertainment, that whole like thigh, like the one that Cardi B has on like it's like on her buttocks area and it comes down on her thigh. Like that particular tattoo, a lot of people are getting that. A lot of people get that. First of all, I don't even know if I could sit that long. Like Sebastian said, I only want a needle when I have to get one.
Exactly. That's the only time I know I need a needle.
Yeah. Listen, you know what? I would say this too, right? I'm also one for, listen, live your life. Live your life. So it's not that, like I said, I've seen people with them and I admire them. I just could never get them. And because I can't, like I said, I can't commit to that like that. Like I just can't. No tats for me, just moles, LOL. So yeah, so and like I said, I'm not, because I got nieces and nephews and friends with tattoos, so I'm not judging them, but I just couldn't do it. My son got his first one when he turned 20, and he got the date that my mother passed. I know a lot of people that have done that. I know a lot of people that have done that, Chi-Town. Yeah, I know a lot of people. And then, my only thing, if I have advice to anybody, get it where if you plan on going to a professional world, where you can always, if you need to, cover them up. Okay. So, Smoke, what are your thoughts? She's tatted up, 36, and now she regrets some of the tattoos that she got because she's not in the same space as she was when she got them. And she said some of them is, she said something interesting in this article. She said that, some of them she was in a darker space when she got them. Do you know what I mean? And now it doesn't represent who she is. So what are your thoughts?
I mean, I love me a good tattoo, baby. When that needle hits your skin and you hear the prickling and the tracing and the coloring, I was like, oh, now I see why people get addicted to this. So I am here for the mark, but I will say this. I went through incredible thought with mine and like what I would want on my body. So mine is on my inside forearm, and it's in Chinese characters, and it says "never give up." So for me, I would be more than one of those people that put affirmations. So like if I forget who I am in a moment, I just look down and I remember, oh, that's why. So I think people don't think about it. Now, I would never be someone to get someone's name tatted. Maybe when we on our deathbeds, I may do that, but I ain't doing that anytime in the dating, the marriage, the engagement. So I would not do that, but I think you also just have to be cognizant. I mean, I want to go in a career field where its creativity and expression is allowed. So I don't have that same, I guess, fear or gumption. I could just be who I am, and I don't have to like really explain myself. People won't really care. Now, other economic arenas, they may. So I mean, hindsight is 2020, so we don't know what we know until we know it. So
right.
I mean, luckily, I mean, they have laser treatments. I mean, it may take her a while to like get it to a place where, you know, she will be acceptable for herself. I mean, like, you shouldn't have any regrets.
She doesn't want to remove them. I think she's just sharing, which I like the honest share. To say that, you know what, I did it. Sometimes our sharing is to help somebody else, right? Is to say, listen, I've been there, done that. Think before you do it. Not saying don't do it, because she said I have no plans of taking them off. So she said, don't go through all that. Y'all calm down. She said, I had no plans of taking them off. She just wanted to say a little message. Think before you ink. And I do think it's a good message. It's nothing bad. She wasn't saying like y'all look terrible, y'all gonna be messed up, y'all gonna regret it, y'all gonna want to do this. She just said think before you ink, and I do agree with that, right? But that's with everything. Think before you do it, because it can and it may impact. Who can everybody mute?
Okay, Robin, going Fast and the Furious.
Yeah, I know. I was like, what is that?
11.
Okay. It can impact your future. Now in nursing school, they go by Florence Nightingale. Like, you know, that was like the first nurse or something like that. But anyway, they go by Florence Nightingale. And the idea of, now nurses don't, every hospital in nursing doesn't follow this now, but they tell you like earrings like this, don't wear them. They wanted you to wear studs, right? They did not want you to wear any makeup to work. They do not want you to put on any perfume or anything that's going to be so stunning that it will bother the patient. For sure, you can't have no nails, but we get that, right? So when you do your hair like this, your nails, you shouldn't see your nails over your skin. So it was so many rules and regulations that we followed, and they didn't want your hair down. They really wanted your hair up. I mean, nursing has gone so far away from that. Like nurses now do whatever. For the most part, but the teachings, especially when I went to nursing school, was like that. And I gotta find my nursing school picture out. Maybe I'll post on my community page one day. But literally, our graduation was not a cap and gown. It was the old school nursing uniform with that hat that kind of went like that. It was so crazy, but it was so cute at the same time. Just to say, always they wanted us to present ourselves a certain way, right? And there are other professions that you have to be careful with what you do, right? Because you have to present yourself a certain way. So our next two people, Rhea kind of dropped off. Oh yeah, it's still the same way working in surgery. Yes, in surgery, and in for OBGYN on those four the maternity ward. You couldn't even wear your outside clothes, like you had to change your scrubs once you got there. So, you know, it's just you just gotta kind of think. I do like her message. Think before you ink, right? Robin Moore, I don't have any tattoos or piercings, but I'm jealous of people with earrings. You know, me too. Now, let me tell you how old school when I got my ears pierced, and y'all gonna think this probably is so crazy. I wonder if anybody else out there got their ears pierced this way. Maybe you, Leo, maybe you, Robin. Ears pierced when I was growing up, my family literally had a needle.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That they
Yes,
burned.
Leo says
I would like to tell my story when you're done.
Okay. They literally had a needle that they would burn. Okay. That was their way of sterilizing it. Okay. And they would pick, come on now, Kat.
Yes.
A needle.
Yes.
Okay. That's how we got our ears pierced. And I forgot, maybe y'all remind myself, because what they would stick in our ears so the hole wouldn't close. And then it wasn't until
straw from the broom.
Right?
Straw from the broom.
That point.
Yep. And they will burn both ends of that straw too. They will burn both ends of that straw too.
That part. And then once they knew it was all set, then we will go get our first pair of earrings. Okay, so I'm not crazy. Okay, I'm glad y'all all had the same, situation like I, but that's how we got our ears pierced. Okay, and then I'll take you back just a little bit more before we get to the next story. When we had a loose tooth, sometimes they would put like a strain on the door, wrap it around the tooth, and then slam the door closed. I'm telling you,
door. My daddy just snapped that sucker. He wrapped that thread around that tooth and snap. What?
My daddy used to get the pliers and pull it out.
Oh God, we went through some stuff. Okay, these kids now, they got it made. They are like, I don't care what economical level you are, these freaking kids got it made. We went through some stuff growing up. You want your ears pierced? Come on, sit right here in this chair, right by the stove. They burnt it and got it to going. Okay. So anyway, listen, the moral of the story is, right, for that particular individual, think before you ink. I like it. So let's move on.
But wait. Can I say one thing really quickly?
Of course.
Okay, so I'm one of those people. I got my cousin pierced my ears when I was in 5th grade. Mm-hmm. It was such an ordeal because my mother, who never pierced her ears, she said that she didn't want her ears pierced because she had all the holes in her body that God wanted her to have. Mm-hmm. But mine was so dramatic because my cousin Glenda came to my house and did the whole ice needle. Then you had whatever, right? And then when it was time for me to get my first earrings, my favorite teacher in the whole wide world, Miss Virginia Howard, who was my teacher in 3rd, 5th, and 6th grade, she did it in front of the entire class. She said, "Come here." And she put my earrings in for me. And that's the only time in my life that I felt like I was ever kind of bullied or ridiculed, because the other kids were like, "Ooh," you know how they go, "Ooh, look at me, look at me." It was the craziest thing, but yup, that was such a wonderful thing. And my second hole, though, I got as a college student at the Pyramid Mall with the gun.
I tried twice to get a second hole. It just wouldn't take. I don't know. I guess my ears was like, no, that's not what we want you to do. Let me just do something.
Me too, Diva. Really? Me too. I have tried. No, only the original holes from back in the day when they burned the needle. That is the only one that would stick.
That part. And I gave up because I tried it twice and I said, okay, my ear's not happy with it.
Me too, Diva. I tried it twice. Yeah.
And I said, I'm done.
It wouldn't work.
One. Yeah. Let me just really quickly, even though I don't want to get into this, I like to leave where I leave it. Nikki News, I understand what you're saying, but let me just say this really quickly and then we'll move into the next story. For real, outside of YouTube, Sherelle is a friend to me and a really good friend. And all I want to say is this. I think we all get very passionate about our conversations and our sides, and nobody's perfect. And I respect everybody's view and understanding. And trust me when I tell y'all, some of y'all may never believe us, and that's fine. You know what? Whatever. I take the hit. I'm grown. But no way, shape, or form as a female, especially as a female that been through what she's been through. And I'm not going to say worse or better, whatever, but I've been through something very similar and it's painful and it hurts. So there's no way on this earth that I would even sit on a panel or do something like that to be against Melody. I was on the side of, I've been there. I bumped my head against the road. I navigated it. So let me offer an opinion on how to navigate this maybe the best way possible. But Sherelle, trust me, she's not malicious or vicious, and she didn't mean no harm. So let's continue and go on. So we're gonna move into the next story here. And the next story is Rick Ross. Now, I'm telling you, when I read this, I couldn't believe it. Rick Ross, they said, has one of the largest private homes in the U.S. Okay? The largest private homes in the United States. It's 109 bedrooms. It's acres and acres and acres of land. Okay? He calls himself the boss, and holla at your boy. Rick Ross is the boss. So Rick Ross had a car show last year, and he didn't rent out an expo center. No, he didn't get no facility to throw his a show. He threw it on his property. So he had all of these cars. Listen, and it was a show because he had prizes. He gave out prizes. And so now this year, he wants to have his second annual show. But his neighbors are saying, hold up. Last year when you had that show, you was blocking traffic because people was trying to get to your show. Okay? And we couldn't get to our house. We couldn't get to our house. So this year, we don't want you doing that show. We had enough. Like, stop. So let me just share this, and we're going to talk about Rick Ross and you know, how you got to respect the neighbors. Okay, I know you got the property, but let's look at this here. Hold on 1 second. Which one do I want to show first? One second. Let me find Rick Ross. Give me a minute. Okay, I hope this is it. That's the one I want to show. Okay. The Promised Land. Let me just see something. Okay, wait 1 second, guys. That's not the one I want to show first. All right, this is the one I want to show first. Because Rick Ross responds to the neighbors who want to shut down his car show. Okay, he got a word for them. Okay, Rick Ross is feuding with his neighbors who are trying to prevent his anticipated car show from happening at his mansion in Georgia next month. On Monday, May 1st, the Maybach Music Group founder fired back at the group of people who live around the North Ridge subdivision where his Promised Land, honey, I'm talking Promised Land Ranch, okay, is located. They signed petitions opposing the event. Rick doesn't seem happy about his neighbors' push to shut down the car and bike show, which is scheduled to feature performances with him and Lil Wayne. However, the outrage over the event doesn't shock him. Say he's not shocked. I'm gonna play a little bit of this because you know how they get brutal on here with the play. But before I play, let me finish the article. Right? She said, "I'm gonna tell you this. I wouldn't even feel right if they weren't boycotting." Okay. Ross said in his Instagram story, because I never got nothing easy. He let these people, I know I worked hard. I'm used to this. I ain't mad at y'all. It was never handed to me. I would be confused if they just let me get the money. When everybody else get met big rich producers and get record deals and get rich. So I would be confused if they weren't boycotting me. Okay. The drama unfolded last week when the neighbors attended a meeting with the Fayette County Board of Commissioners. According to, the news outlet, the neighbors claimed the event turned their neighborhood into a nightmare last year. Some people said they couldn't leave their homes because the traffic from the event caused an unprecedented gridlock in their community. We felt locked out, one homeowner said. It took me 40 minutes to get out my subdivision. They pissed. Rick Car Show is set to go down on June 3rd. Who in Georgia? See if you can go to this car show, and expected to bring over 6,000 to 6,500 people back to their neighborhood this year. Now, come on, y'all. Y'all got to agree. That's a lot to be at somebody's house. Now, he got the room, but should this be happening, right? He said some people complain that his property isn't zone property for that type of event that he wants to host, and the roads won't be able to handle the influx of traffic. The neighbors asked the board to deny the rappers attempt to host the event. If they decide to allow the event, residents say they plan to go on vacation or simply leave their home for the weekend. Okay, as of this report, the board is currently looking into the event more closely and hearing the neighbors' concerns. Okay, this man, he got the room because the property, you know, that is the house that they use in Coming to America. What's his name? What was Eddie Murphy's name? Prince what? In Coming to America? Does anybody remember?
Zamunda?
Yeah, Mamunda, whatever.
Zamunda, I think it was.
Zamunda. Well, that's
No, Zamunda was the country they came from.
It wasn't Zamunda. I don't know those names.
No.
Prince what? Whatever. That's where they filmed. That's where they filmed it. That's where they filmed. That's where they filmed it. At Rick Ross house.
But Diva, his house is not the largest though. It's Tyler Perry. Tyler Perry sits on 800 acres.
Wait, hold on. But I'm gonna finish reading this to you because maybe Tyler Perry's is now. But this article was from the 15th, 2022. But the Promised Land rapper Rick Ross' house in Atlanta is a 109-room beast of a mansion with 109 bedrooms, a 350,000 gallon swimming pool, and a private zoo. Rick Ross' Atlanta home, dubbed the Promised Land, is a beast of a mansion. The estate also starred in Coming to America, Hakeem, serving as Prince Hakeem's royal palace. Okay. Rick Ross is a certified hustler. From building his brands, investing in real estate, he definitely knows how to hustle his way to the top. Back in 2006, Rick released his breakthrough hit Hustlin', which quickly climbed to the Billboard charts or whatever. But I'm not going to go through all that. Let's come down where I got this information from. It's the biggest home in all of Georgia and one of the largest. It says one, so you could be right. One of the largest private homes in the entire U.S. Rick Ross is a boss. All right, he's balling out of control. But his neighbor said it's a property, it's a home. You shouldn't be holding no event. Thank you, Hakeem. You shouldn't be holding no event where 6,500 people are going to be rolling up in here and clogging us up and blocking us in our neighborhood. A private zoo. No, thank you. That's what I said. But you know what? He called it the Promised Land. I guess at the Promised Land, you got to have yourself a zoo. That's why they was able to film that movie there. Okay. All right, now, Royer, what do you think? Rick Ross' neighbors are pissed. Okay, Royer may not be there. In my opinion, what do you think? The neighbors are pissed.
I bet they are, because there's going to be a traffic jam at their house. But, I mean, I'm assuming his property that big, it should have some space in between, though. So
I think it definitely has the space to house these people, but I think the problem is when they said last year 6,000 and 6,500 people, that's insanity. That's insanity. Imagine driving in this neighborhood and in one road it's now, I can even see 600 sounds like a lot. 1,000 sounds like a lot. 6,000 and 6,500 people, but I'm going to tell you why he the boss, because he's not even paying to rent a venue because he already paid his mortgage. He's like, this thing could go down right in my house. That's messy. But he also, the winners, they get this big diamond crusted, you know.
Hey, is this our soundproof?
I don't know.
Because that might be another thing too, the noise.
He was using his ground.
But it's acres of land. I think they're more concerned with the traffic. Because he's throwing a whole concert there and everything. It's wild. That's all I can say. It's wild. Dustin,
he's doing a whole expo.
Huh?
He's doing a whole expo.
He's doing a whole expo. Okay. And
maybe
listen,
he had a good
PowerPoint unlike
presentation.
Tisa and Marceau, he got a plan. Because he already know the musical guest that's coming. He already got the prizes and everything. He got his life together. All right, we're here. Rick Ross, the boss. In his house, he throwing a car show.
What? Horror, my name, Diva?
No, not yet, Dustin. I was talking to Roy here. Yeah, Rick Ross, the boss, is throwing a car show in his house. Now, listen, they said in this article that his house is one of the largest private homes in Atlanta, in the U.S.
Yes.
In the U.S.
In the U.S., yes. That's where.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay. That's where they filmed Coming to America too.
Yes. That's Prince Hakeem's home.
I mean, if he wants to have this car show there, why not? I mean, it's his house, it's his property. You know, now if anything happens, it's his responsibility and he shall be held liable. And if he signs off on the dotted line, why not? I mean, did I miss something with the story?
Wait, Mama, let him finish.
The neighbors don't want him now.
Their neighbors don't. The neighbors said he's blocking up traffic.
It ain't even about the neighbors though. Here
okay,
it is.
Let Roya finish.
I'm sorry, Roya and Diva.
Oh, you fine. The neighbors don't want him there. Well, the neighbors don't want him.
The neighbor said that he's jamming. It was a traffic nightmare for them. Okay, they couldn't leave their house. They felt trapped in their home. They felt trapped in their home because
so y'all couldn't get in y'all private jets and fly off the property.
It took them 40 minutes. It took them 40 minutes to even get out. And they said if the town allows this to happen, they're going on vacation that weekend.
Take your vacation, get on your helicopter, and go on about your business. I mean, what, we inconvenience the people for 40 little minutes? I mean, us regular folk, we sit in traffic on a day-to-day basis for hours at a time. So what's the, you know, what? I mean, they're doing the most. You know, if he want to have a car show and have a party on his property, you know, do what you do. You know, if that's the case, then a lot of these reality shows, when they have their house events, the neighborhoods would be complaining. I mean,
but 6,000 to 6,500 people.
Put me in, coach.
I am. I'm coming to you, Robin. Let him finish.
6,000 to 6,500 people. Oh, well.
Oh.
I didn't see y'all left that detail out. You know, I just came back in the building.
You wasn't listening.
No, I wasn't in the building. I was out. Wow. Yeah, this sounds like this needs to be hosted at a public event.
That part.
Yeah, I'm changing up my story. I'm sorry, people. Yeah, this needs to be hosted at a public event, or he needs to tell all the neighbors to, you know, buy them a hotel for the weekend, send them on vacation, and clear the street.
Okay, I'm gonna jump to you, Robin, and then
here we go. This is a case of there's two things. My ratchet side, my ghetto side is like, this is what it is for, like, I can't use those words, so I won't go there. Let me just be more practical. This man does own that particular property. However, he seeks to use a private property for a public venture. It sounds to me his so he wants to use his private property for commercial use. Not only is it that doing that, we don't know that he's properly permitted or insured to do that. Then you have to consider the what is the word? Urban planning is the best way I can say. That's not the word I want to use, but it really has to do with the workings of the city. He's infringing upon the rights of his neighbors, 100%, as well as inconveniencing them. And you know what it is. Sometimes, you know how us colored people, especially the Negroes among us, we'd be like, yo, I paid for this. This is mine. I'm going to do what I want to do. And they think that their wants, because they have paid the price, will trump everybody else's stuff, because this is mine. I can do what I want to do. But we forget that, you know what, Diva? You own your townhome, but you know what you can't do with your house? You can't have a cabaret, probably, because you need a cabaret license. And therein lies the problem. And then outside of that, how jacked up or how high-minded do you think yourself to be that you can just hijack your entire neighborhood without any regard for your neighbors? So then I'm going to say you don't respect your neighbors. And that's a problem, because you know what? When it comes down to it, if there's like a natural disaster or something, or maybe it's that one day out of the whole entire experience of our lives on the planet where everything is closed down and you need a cup of sugar, I ain't going to give you a cup of sugar if you cut off my access to my house with the roads. So you know what? Rick Ross needs to do a lot of things, because it sounds to me, just for purposes of logistics and safety, he needs to coordinate with authorities, and he can't be that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he feel like I bought this mega property. I could do whatever I want in it. There's zoning, but life don't work like that. Dustin, I'm gonna come down to you. Rick Ross, he has the room on his property. He got 109 bedrooms and a whole lot of acres of land, and he wants to do his car show on his property. Your thoughts?
He can't do that car show on his property when he's got that many people, when he's got that many cars and got that many neighbors on that, got that many neighbors and they're not happy about it. He needs to do it in a public, needs to do it in a public place, and that's the end of it.
That's the end of it. Boom. Sebastian, Rick Ross, the boss. What are your thoughts?
Well, this is America, and there are laws that you have to follow. There are housing laws, and if you are part of HOAs, there are certain regulations that they have as well. So Rick Ross, the boss, needs to go play toss and toss his idea into an arena or something. Because one thing you're not going to do is disturb members of the community's time, because they're probably sleeping, because they probably work very hard. They don't have the same lifestyle as Rick Ross, where you could just wake up and decide you want to do this, you want to do that. Pay You're not going to disturb their sleep, their patience, or disturb their children. So no, I'm sorry, you're not the boss of everything. You're just gonna have to sit it out and figure out where you're gonna do your thing, because it's not gonna be at your house. It's not gonna be disturbing these people. I don't like when people do stuff like that. There's a lot of things I hate when people do. Driving with their windows down and having the music mad high, that annoys me. So I'm not with this at all. Rick Ross, please go toss your cash in some arena or somewhere if you want to do what you want to do. It should not be infiltrating these people's homes, listening to all this music. No, absolutely not. I stand with the neighbors.
I stand with the neighbors too. Tanya said he got away with it once. He did, because they probably didn't realize what it was going to be, and what now that they know what it's going to be, because this is just the second annual one he's trying to do. They're like, shut it down. I doubt he'll do it again. The neighbors will definitely block it. The neighbors are trying to block it. The association, because at the end of the day, you know what? Everybody is about the green dollar bill. So the association is probably trying to weigh this thing out carefully, because they don't want to piss Rick off either. But they also don't want to inconvenience the whole neighborhood. So they're in a very peculiar place, okay, right now. They got to figure out how to handle this thing. Especially, I don't know if he exactly told somebody what he was having last year. I don't know. But now I know that they know, they're like, hold on. He's trying to do a whole concert too, because he said he's going to perform, and so is Lil Wayne. So you having a show, a concert, prizes, you know it's going to be drinks and all of that there. This is messy. It's only one day out of the year. Leave that man alone. All right, you know what, Quiet D, that's the point. There, y'all trying to say, let him live for one day. Okay, Quiet D, I mean, that, I get that, right? What, like, y'all can't let him throw a party one day a year? Like, what would be the difference, I guess, if somebody throwing a barbecue or something like that at their house? Well, I would say that maybe
6,000 people.
That part. That part. That part right there. That part right there. He's hurting the property value. Yeah, he's pissing them off. They like, well, Dad, we just gonna go on vacation. You shouldn't have to up and go on vacation just because you know your neighbor want to act a fool and throw this huge.
Well, I tell you, Diva, he should pay for everybody's vacation if he gonna inconvenience something like that.
That part, I like that. Okay, we got
because his home is not his home is not zoned for the activity he proposed. I think that he's out of order.
He's out of order, but you know what, Robin? I don't know how he got away with it last year.
Because he just did it, and there was no. So now that you know, it's like hindsight is 2020. We didn't know that it was going to be this. We didn't know we were going to be inconvenienced. We didn't know we were going to have all these interlopers. We didn't know it was going to be this loud. We didn't know that there was potential harm. We didn't know about the pollution. We didn't know. But now we know. And you know what?
Dropping knowledge.
The more you know. How's that? I don't know the tune, but you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. So Sandra, you said like they found the money to purchase that mansion and that land. He needs to find the money to hold this event at a public venue, period. He does, but you know what? The level that he's throwing this on, I don't know a public venue that can handle that.
Tyler Perry Studios.
Well, you know what? Boom, there it is. Okay. I feel mixed about this one. Nina, I'm going back and forth too. I don't know, but yeah, it's messy. But yeah, your house is
Can
this.
you have that kind of party at your house, Diva?
Huh?
Can you have a big shebang where you live? How would your HOA feel about that?
Well, let me tell you, you already know. Don't get me started, Robin, because they was all in their feelings about my roof. I was like, stop. His house is not Coachella. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So I think we all are feeling the HOA might go ham. Yeah. Let me tell you, Leo, ham. Okay, ham. Because some townhouse developments, they're like they're a single townhouse and they're just all in the development. If y'all follow what I'm saying, my townhouse development is I share walls with my neighbor to my left and my right, and I don't have an in unit. But even if I did, it wouldn't matter. So I'm saying all that to say this: that even on our deck, we can only have an electric grill. And you know what? That I do understand. Because not that I cared either way, but I did ask her. I said, why can we only have an electric grill? She said, because we don't want one grill on somebody's deck burning down everybody's house, right? Because you're all connected. So I get it, right? And she said we don't want people dumping the what is it called? Coal?
The ashes of the coal.
The charcoal all in the grass, and y'all burning y'all all down. So that's a no. And I said, okay, I get it. So yeah, okay. So that's what I'm saying. Teen neighbors, you know what? We gotta go around. I'm a commit. We gotta commit, guys. I'm a commit. I'm team neighbors. Dustin, what are you? Team Rick Ross, the boss, or team neighbors?
Okay, come on from you, Dustin.
All right, I go to in my opinion, Rick Ross, the boss, or you team neighbors?
Neighbors.
All right, Royer, Rick Ross, the boss, or team neighbors?
If Rick Ross is paying for me to go wherever I want to while this party is happening, I'm team Rick Ross, period.
You're ridiculous.
Oh my God. Sebastian, team Rick Ross or the neighbors?
Neighbors, absolutely. The law is going to be on the side of the neighbors as well. This is absolutely insane what he's trying to do. It's insane. It clearly shows that he probably does need to have a sit down with a therapist. I'm not diagnosing, I'm just recommending. Because this is insane.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now. Dustin, team Rick Ross or team neighbors?
Team neighbors.
Hello. Virgin, you know what? How close are the neighbors where he lives? The neighbors aren't that close because his property is massive, but they're
close enough to be a problem.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, it is close enough to be a problem. And I think
noise, Diva.
Well, probably the noise, but not only that, is really they was complaining about the traffic. So y'all let me know in the chat, or your team Rick Ross or team the neighbors. JL said team not my problem. Robin, I think I know, but which team are you on?
Team neighbors, and it would be your problem, JL, if you was in the neighborhood.
Yeah. Cookhouse is not 6,000 folks. I'm trying to tell you it's not. So up here, for the most part, we are all team neighbors. They said he's selfish. Team neighbors, yeah, not the petition.
Except for Royale, he said he could pay him off.
Roy, you can be bought. You can be bought, Roy.
Dang.
So,
listen, I'll never be broke a day in my life.
Oh, so he's a self-declared.
Go ahead.
I don't want to say HEAUX.
Oh, okay. So Quiet D said hashtag Team Rick Ross, and I don't even like him. That's just messy. That's just messy. Okay, so most of us up here are team neighbors. So let's go ahead and move into our next story. Okay, and I want y'all to keep an open mind as we go into this story. You know what? People love to label females a lot as gold diggers. But we want one chick that, she said people kind of call her gold digger, but she don't care. And she said that others can learn a lot from a gold digger if that's what they want to call her. Okay. But she said, I'm never splitting the bill when I go on a date or with my man. And she said, why? Hey, Winter. So she said, she's never splitting the bill when she goes on a date. And she said, you want to know why? She said, because I had to get cute before I came on this date, had to comb my hair, get my nails done, all that. And I invested in self. And you getting to take out all of this right here. So guess what? You pay the bill. And she said, I came from a good home and I saw my dad take care of my mom. So no, she's not paying nothing. And she said, some of y'all out there can learn from her. Build your self-esteem up, she said. So let's talk about her situation. Let's get into this, and we're going to see. Let's hear a situation, and we're going to see. You know, oops, did I not share there? Okay, I did. Okay, there it is. Hey, Flip said, "Hey, Winter." Okay, so let's talk about this situation right here. Okay, she said, "I never split the bill on dates. Women can learn from gold diggers. So all you ladies out there, let me know if you learn a little something." Okay, that she's having a baby. Let's X that out. You don't need to see that right now. Having a baby in the elevator. She's putting all her cards on the table except one. Okay, so she's saying, I ain't put my credit card out there. Nope, I'm good. A New York-based influencer doesn't care that she's been branded a gold digger because she believes that men should always, she said, always foot the bill when it comes to dating as a matter of dignity. So she said, have some dignity, men. Okay. Influencer Ella Freeman, she's 24, said that she would never go Dutch on a date, believing any man who suggests such an arrangement isn't serious about his role in the potential relationship. So these are her standards, people. You're going to judge her. This is her standard. She said, by splitting the bill, I'm agreeing to form a connection with a man who doesn't know his role in a relationship and expects me to be 50% of the man he is not. Good gosh. Okay. This is what she told the publication. She said, I learned that men who split the bill don't value the time and effort a woman puts into herself to look her best for that man. Plus 50% of men don't understand that the woman's investment was made prior to the date. She said, I made this, I came ready. Okay. The self-confidence Singleton continued, by not agreeing to split the bill, the woman keeps her dignity intact and avoids. Look how she cute. We're not going to take that away from her. She cute. Okay. Freeman attributes her dating philosophy to her family and the way that she grew up. As she said, I was fortunate to grow up with both my parents. So I had a clear example of how gender roles build the foundation of a healthy and long-lasting relationship. She put some strong fighting words out there for some people, but woo, she got her confidence. She said, I said what I said pretty much. She said, I grew up with a providing father and a nurturing mother who had the luxury of raising her children and being a stay-at-home mom. Okay. The influencer who posts daily advice on her TikTok and boasts impressive 19,000 followers said that her dating rules often get labeled as a gold digger. Freeman is currently in a relationship, says the term isn't a compliment per se. Rather, it says she is a woman who won't settle for any man who doesn't respect her. There she is. She's cute. Look at her. Ready. Okay. She said the gold digger refers to a woman that's money hungry, said Freeman. However, the term has been thrown around to every woman that decides to raise her standards in dating and expects her partner to be financially stable and to provide for her. Sadly, there's a lot of men who are frustrated with their lives. They are not financially stable, and that makes them deeply insecure, adding their dating coach. Also, I feel like women should learn a few things from gold diggers. They always ask for what they want. So she said gold diggers know what they want and they ask for it. She drove the point home by asking, if a man has no issue asking for intimacy, you to be submissive from a woman, then why would they have issues for the woman asking for their own needs to be met? Okay. And I'll summarize the rest for you. She said coffee dates are disrespectful and a waste of a woman's time. She said, because it says a lot about a man's intentions. She's saying that pretty much if you ask me on a coffee date, you trying to date several women because that's why you preserving your money, being cheap, trying to take me on a coffee date. And she's good. She ain't going for it. That's her again. Okay. That's her man. And she says she has coached plenty of women. Now, I want to say I added this to the description box. You can go read the whole thing. I did this article for my members last week or whatever day that was. Okay. That's how she cute. She got advice for y'all. Says she's never splitting the bill. Whoo, that's a lot. Okay. All right, guys, we're going to go around. Robin, I'll start with you. What are your thoughts?
Trying to come off mute. Okay. There's a lot here.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure exactly where I want to start because I have a lot of thoughts. It's clear that this woman has decided what she wants, how she wants, and how she's going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
She definitely would not date a bus driver, sounds like to me.
Right.
When you first started talking, I always go old school. And all I could think of was that old school rap song. The title is Treat Her Like a Prostitute. Treat her like a prostitute. Anyway, I think that for me, I get you have a standard. She sounds like she has a mix of old school traditional gender roles, which is fine if that's what you want and that's what you agreed to. But she sounds to me as if she brings the only thing she brings to the table is being a good looking woman.
Oh.
I have been very comfortable in my life experience being wined and dined, but I also occasionally like to be able to do that for my partner, which I have done and I have enjoyed. That she doesn't see it for herself to be able to level the playing field, if you will. Says that she values being she sounds like kind of like a straight up prostitute, only in the sense that I will give you me as I am as a woman and what comes with me being a woman. But she doesn't say anything about anything else that she brings to the table. She says that this is I keep my body in check. My hair and makeup is fine. My clothing is on point. But if all you are is arm candy, you know what? You keep that candy in your pocketbook long enough, the wrapper gets stuck and it gets sticky and it's worthless. Ain't nobody gonna want to use it. They may suck on it for a while to get rid of the paper, but then what you left with? Nothing when the candy's gone.
All right, Robin, you have spoken. Sebastian, what are your thoughts?
So I'm gonna say basically on what Auntie Robin had to say. Okay. I love it when it's the ones who don't bring anything to the table who has all these requirements. I really do. I really do. I love it because so you want the man to pay. I agree. I don't think men should split the bill. I don't think that should work out. But you want the man to practically take care of you and everything. But what do you have that you're gonna fulfill him? What's your worth? Except just looking like an IG model. Is that the only? Yes. This is the type of women we can clearly see is probably have been flown out to Dubai and gotten a little bit of.
My God.
Yes. We're going there. This is the type of woman we've probably seen. It's not okay at all. This is the problem. Some of them need a Iyanla Van Zant to tell the reason why they're single. She's not, but a good portion of her followers and those who believe in her narratives are. It's just disgusting. I don't support gold digging at all. I never have, never will support gold digging. It's the most dumbest thing ever. You should not gold dig. You should not gold dig. But if you are with someone wealthy, you should learn from that person to make your own wealth as well. That's what you should do. You don't use their wealth to fulfill your lavish lifestyle. You use their skills and knowledge that caused them to be that wealthy to make wealth of your own or to help that person make wealth with you. This is just horrible. But yeah, as I'm saying, she's probably been to Dubai and been a porta potty if the way she's practically speaking now. It's disgusting. No.
That was a lot. All she's saying is you can learn from her. That's it. She asked for what she want. But all
you know
right.
who else says all you can say, all you can learn from her? You know who else says you can learn from them?
Who?
Madams.
I'm gonna beat you.
Treat her like a prostitute.
I'm not going through that. I'm not. Leo, what are your thoughts?
I mean, the young girls are really into that mindset of what their standards should be and what somebody else need to bring to the table. I'm right there with Robin. You know, it beauty fades. Okay. A lot of times, and I have been friends with many very pretty women. And what I've come to understand about some of them, not all of them, but some, they have not been they have not had the opportunity, I'll say that word, to invest in things that are greater than their looks. There is something to be said to have a sense of humor, to be learning in many subjects, current events, have some ideas and some thoughts. All of those things are more attractive than just saying, hey, look, if you want to be seen with me, down with me, lay down with me, I mean, sleep with me, then you're going to have to submit to this standard, because none of this talks about all that she bringing to the table. All that stuff is fleeting. It is fleeting. To have to rely on what beauty, Instagram, whatever, to be able to eat is sorry. It's sorry. That's how I was raised. So that's all I got.
All right. Okay, I hear you. Royer, she's saying you can learn a lot from a gold digger. Not saying she wants, she's just saying I got standards. Men ask for what they want. Why can't I ask for what I want? Bye, Aaron.
We can thank the girls such as Marjorie Harvey and Anna Nicole Smith and Kim Kardashian for these being the examples for these ladies, because, you know, they have followed the examples that the women before them have set. That it's okay, you know, for our body to be the standard, and that's all it needs to be, is for you to like my body and to take care of me. Period.
Well, amen.
And it's unfortunate, because now the girls, you know, they don't think, as everyone has been saying, they don't think about personality. They don't think about brains. They don't think about, you know, what happens after all of this beauty falls apart. Because even as you get older, you got to keep up with all that beauty, getting the Botox and stuff. And after getting that stuff for so long, you just don't look like you used to look. So then what do you do after the guy is done with you? They throw you to the side. You a 50, 60-year-old woman looking like you 80, 90.
Oh, so you ain't got to do that.
I'm just saying, you know, so, you know, for those of you who would like to follow in her footsteps, continue on, but be ready for the downfall that's coming, you know, in a few years. And for those who want to, you know, fly above all the haters and Candy's words, continue to fly.
You know what? I ain't messing with you now. You got that E energy on you, okay? You got that E energy on you. I'm gonna beat you in a minute. But wait a minute,
I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm calling it like I see it.
You connecting with Royer right now. He said no shade, but most women who are gold diggers ain't trying to talk about nothing but getting laid and paid. Y'all being messy. They said my thoughts exactly, Royer. They're agreeing with you. Now, come on. She said, how did Margie get into it? What did she do? Come on, Royer. Why did you do
spread
that?
It wide and what does the saying go?
Tell it,
sir.
She said,
lay it low and spread it wide.
Thank you. Thank you.
Went to the brother. Are we forgetting the Steve? Went to the brother.
Listen, we gonna move on because we don't know how she got into it. The girl's just trying to get tips, and you done named Marjorie, Kim Kardashian, all the people not laid to get paid.
It ain't even the Christmas holiday. We going ho ho ho.
Oh my.
Ooh, okay. Dustin. Dustin, is Dustin going? I'm sorry. In my opinion, what are your thoughts? Because they playing.
Well, Diva here, she got a song out, okay? I ain't saying she a gold digger, but you know, she ain't messing with no broken. Let me tell you, here's the thing, okay? I'm gonna be I'm not gonna play with you today, bro. Listen, here's the thing.
Hold on. In my opinion, I'm gonna let you go. But Kat, don't do that. Now y'all want to name more. Y'all do not. Come on now. Don't forget Portia. Y'all ain't right. Go ahead now. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, Portia was a little different because she divorced and left and built up her own. So Portia did go and work and build up her own now.
No, we can't say that.
Got to give that to Portia.
Yes, we can.
No,
She left. Yeah, we can.
Rumors are that the African prince, Mimsy, the rumors are
even before that, when she divorced Cordell,
no, he talking about when she left her husband and she ain't had nothing.
When she left her husband,
train is shaking.
She had an African prince.
She did. Wait, hold on 1 second. When she did leave, when Cordell kicked her out, she didn't leave her. She wanted her marriage. When he kicked her out and she had to go move with her mama, she built herself and raised up from the ashes.
Yes, like the phoenix.
Like a phoenix.
Come on now, Leo. Raised up from the ashes.
Are you sure there was no African prince?
Sebastian, don't start with me tonight, okay? We're gonna leave Portia alone.
She got that go naked hair. Don't do that to Portia.
Are we forgetting about the African prince? Are we forgetting?
Oh my God!
No, that was Phaedra. We gonna leave Portia alone, okay?
No. Phaedra and Portia.
No, it was just Phaedra.
Like Robin said, the train is shaking. In my opinion, finish. Go ahead. Tell us your word.
Okay, listen here. First of all, okay, you should have standards, but you should be able to pay your own bills too. Okay, let's be grown women. Okay, you can expect all that from a man, but make sure you got the pocketbooks to match too. You can pay your own, because at the drop of the dime, that man could be at that restaurant and duck out on you. Can you pay for your own bill?
Go ahead, come on.
That part.
Or you might want to leave that. You want to leave his ass there and pay your way. I'll tell that story another day.
All right, Zeta, what are your thoughts? This woman said y'all can learn a lot from a gold digger. Okay, have some respect. Look at you with your cute hair. Look at you, cutie pie. What's going on? Nice to see you.
So I'm about to shake the train again. So I feel like I grew up with a 2-parent household. My parents have been together for almost 30 years.
God bless.
And yeah, my father, like she was saying, your father shows you the way that you should be treated as a woman. And my father tells me never to pick up my pocketbook. There's no reason for me to pick up my pocketbook if I have a good man that's there to support me. And I'm not a gold digger. I can take care of myself. I'll be graduating this fall with my master's, be getting into my PhD program. Okay. So
congratulations.
Talk to the people.
Period.
Yeah.
Zeta, please tell us
that you need a man that's there to support you and protect you and be there to provide for you. You can also have for yourself. I think that especially Black women, we're always taught to be strong and we always have to do everything for everybody else. It's nice for you to be able to be taken care of for once. So that I think that's where we're coming from. And I don't think it's just about the money. It's about having a man that is there for you.
I agree. Okay, wait. I'm gonna come back to you, Robin. Hold on 1 second. I do agree with you. Y'all know I spoke about this before on my channel. I connect with her in a lot of ways. I don't necessarily connect with every word she said, but I connect with her a lot of ways. And everybody's telling you, congratulations, girlfriend. You are doing the darn thing, okay? And the hair is everything. Everything.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, they are congratulating you. Yes, we're loving it. Okay, Robin, you wanted to add something. Go ahead.
Zeta, as a woman who checks her mailbox every day for her AARP card, I would like to share one thing with you, please. It is lovely to be with a man who you know can provide for you, but there may be that off chance. Your mom and daddy told you don't carry your pocketbook, but if you wear a bra, you better tuck $1 in there because you just never know. Just a word of advice from a OG.
Yes, so yes, I was always told you gotta have some cash. And you have your little debit card, credit card, or whatever, just in case, because you never know what can happen. But you don't necessarily have to dig up in your purse. But I connect with
a Girl Scout
for a little bit. But we all got our side, and we all got our story, and all of us are okay. Regardless of what side you believe in, right? So listen, guys, it was an amazing train ride.
Yeah,
I had a wonderful time. I thank y'all and I love y'all. Okay. and all is well. Tuck a dollar. Come on, Fifi. Tuck a dollar.
Amen.
Better
There you
have
go.
your little something just in case, because you don't want to be caught out on these streets, you know, whatever. You know, they're luckier. They're a little luckier now, Robin, than we was when we was growing up, because now you got this Cash App and all of this stuff.
Mhm.
You know, that people can bail you out quickly without physically even going to you. You know, you can call people Uber and you know what I mean? So they're a little bit luckier than we were, but you are correct. We had to have our little change to get on that subway or that bus or whatever and get yourself home. All right. So we're going to go around. We got 60 seconds. Don't break the 60-second rule. Okay. Please don't break the 60-second rule. Thank you, everybody. But we're going to close out. You got 60 seconds. Give your final word on whatever else you want to give your word on, okay? So, Zeta, you came in the building late, but you know what? You got 60 seconds for the closeout. Listen, Rick Ross is terrorizing his neighbors. That's what we talked about tonight. But you know, Rick Ross is the boss. We had a girl that said, think before you ink, okay? So meaning that before you get your tattoos on your body, all she's saying is think about it, because she has some regrets. And then we have our girlfriend here that said, listen, I ain't splitting no bills. What's your final thoughts?
I was listening the whole time. I just had to jump in on the girlies. So for my girlies, it's okay. You can have your own money, but make sure he pays. You know, stay educated, do what you got to do. As far as Rick Ross, I think he should make the best decisions and look out for his neighbors. But I understand it is his property, and he can do what he wants on his property, but he has to be considerate. The girl with the tattoos, it's your body. You do what you want to do with it, but just be mindful of what you're doing. Yeah.
We love you. And listen, we are here for you and going to celebrate you all the way down, girl, because, honey, you are doing a darn thing and about to get that PhD. Everybody, I know y'all better say it, but one more time, we got to give her congratulations. A young lady, well-spoken, okay, got a good head on her shoulders. And, honey, you got good hair. I'm going to whip my hair back and forth. You know, I tell you, every time you come, I love your hair. Amazing smile. Your parents did a job well done. And listen, congratulations to your parents, because in this stage that we're in right now, people give up on their relationships at the blink of an eye. They're like, I'm done. But we're going to maybe one day have some couples here, because any couples that have been married for a long time, they'll let you know that thick and thin means something. You got to want to stay.
Oh, boy, you better say that, diva.
Come on now. You got to want to stay in your relationship if you want it to work. I'm just saying. In my opinion, 60 seconds. What's your final thoughts?
Everybody be mindful of what you put on your body. You know, your body is your temple. Respect your body. Ladies, keep your pocketbook closed, okay? And I mean your second pocketbook, you know, down there your legs. Keep your pocketbook closed. That's your treasure piece, okay? We're not selling it for no meals, okay? We're not doing that. Rick Ross, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and get the BJCC, the sports arena, wherever you gotta go. Don't inconvenience your neighbors. And if you is gonna inconvenience your neighbors, please give them a trip to Hawaii, Jamaica, whatever. Have the whole neighbors there. Diva, it was a pleasure having me on the show. I appreciate it. All these beautiful ladies and Sebastian and Royale. I love seeing y'all. Everybody have a blessed night.
You also. Thank you so much, in my opinion. Royer and everybody, we have a few content creators on here, and we want to share the love. In case you could drop off before I could say this, Sebastian has a channel, and it's exactly how his name is written here. Sebastian, you know, I ain't techie. Throw your channel in the chat. Show Sebastian some love. He's gonna build up his channel and get started, Sebastian. You put it out there, now build it up. Okay, we're gonna stay on top of you. You put it out there, so build it up, Sebastian. Don't be afraid. If you go back to some of my beginning videos when I was just using my phone and holding it and shaking, listen, to God be the glory. And listen, y'all was with me before I could even share articles and stuff, and y'all was hanging out with me. The people are going to connect to you, Sebastian. Do your thing, start your videos, and don't overthink it. Sebastian, throw your channel in the chat. In my opinion, I know you have your channel, you know, whatever you do, you don't do, but you know what, to you also. I'm glad that we our paths have crossed. I'm very glad. And you know what? Whatever you want to do with your channel, do your thing. But in my opinion, if you want the people to join, throw your channel in the chat. You know, I ain't techie, or I'm gonna learn how to get techie. But in the meantime, throw it in there. People support everybody out here. We can share the love with everybody. Okay, so Sebastian, in my opinion, and Roy, I'm coming to you so you can say your final words. If I did, I come to you already, Roy. But anyway, Roy, put your channel in the chat. I think Roy dropped it in there. And everybody up good, Sebastian. I see you, Roy. Join Roy, okay? Because you know, Roy, he comes and we hang out together. We hangs out together in these streets. We doing Dear Mama on Thursday, the Tupac Shakur story. And you know, I'm probably saying this ain't right, wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. Dear Mama. Okay, it's on FX and Hulu. Okay, watch it. We're doing part 2 and 3 or whatever. No, 3 and 4. Whatever we doing something. Okay, that's us right there. That's what we doing. That's what we doing, y'all. Part 2 live review over there at Roy's World. So we did the first part over here. We're doing the second part over there. Then we'll be back over here for the episode number 5, and we're gonna bring y'all up so y'all can talk. So we're having a ball with that. Okay, join us, everybody, and make sure you go over to Roy's World, and you gotta hit the notification, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you're notified when he's live and we over there. And we you know what I'm trying to say. I'm getting tired, getting tongue tied, but y'all know what I mean. Okay, so Roy, what are your final thoughts?
Final thoughts. You know, Rick Ross, if you're gonna pay the people, thank you. You know, let us go on vacation. We want a fabulous vacation out of the country, you know, so that we don't have nothing to worry about. And you are responsible for our households if something happens. For the young lady with the tattoos, you know, like she said, y'all just be thoughtful about your temples. You know, just think about it. You know, if it's something that you truly desire and you truly want, then go for it. But before you do it, ask yourself, is this a lifetime commitment that I'm ready to commit? Because this is a lifetime commitment. As for, you know, the woman who feels like that everybody else should pay her bills and she's just supposed to sit and look pretty, stop leading the generation wrong. The Kardashians have already messed us up enough. We don't need another group of family or individuals messing us up. Please remember, I know I'm not the last one, but you don't always remember. So y'all, Diva has a members channel. Please subscribe to Diva's members only channel. She is releasing content on there. Like she said, join us on Thursday for Dear Mama Part 2, episodes 3 and 4 on my channel. And then Friday here on Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva for our podcast this Friday. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Leo, what are your final thoughts?
Really, y'all done covered everything, but I'm gonna chime in right on the back of Raw Air. I did watch because I'm actually, well, I'll just say in my life experience, I've done a lot of Tupac exploration music. My older brother was so into Tupac, and I listened to it for years. Like every time we were together, that's what I listened to. So stories, information, all of that. So I really enjoyed Dear Mama because it was done in documentary style. Because I don't watch the reenactments and I don't watch the movies because I have so much Tupac information. And with that, I did learn some things that I had not known before. And different perspectives. So I really, really enjoyed it. And I really appreciate Diva, you and Roy Air turning me on because I love to be turned on to new information that I did not know. So I appreciate y'all.
Oh, shucky. We love it. We don't listen.
Diva, you know, we have read the article before we got on. Sorry, you know, we made that show number 1. We shot it through the charts.
Yeah, we did. Should we let the people know? And listen, we'll let you know when we're going to do our first chapters of this book, but we'll talk to y'all. We talk to her. We you know, me and Maria, we get our life together. Robin, you closing this thing out.
Okay. Well, I just like to reiterate that.
I'm sorry, did I skip Sebastian?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, sorry,
Okay,
Mr.
wait,
Sebastian.
Robin, let me go to Sebastian. Then
Yeah.
Robin, you'll close out. Go ahead, Sebastian.
Okay. First, I want to say this.
Uh-oh.
Um, about the tattoos.
Mhm.
You made your bed and you lay in it.
Oh.
So you got what you wanted, and you're just gonna have to suck it up and put the big girl pants on and accept that. Rick
What if I got
Ross.
buyer's remorse? I'm sorry because I'm breaking.
What if you have buyer's
Go ahead.
remorse?
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well,
Don't even answer. Don't answer.
you could have, you could have buyer's remorse, but I'm gonna tell you one thing: your body's a temple, and when you decide to put certain accessories that are permanent on it,
Mhm.
you gotta stick to it. So sorry to this woman. You laid your bed and you're gonna lay in it. You
Mhm.
made your bed and you're gonna lay in it. Rick Ross, you're not Rick Ross the boss. Okay, there are laws in this country. You're not free like you think you are. You cannot be having these big events and expect your neighbors to comply. Absolutely not. They're not your slaves, nor nor you're their overseer. I want the gold digger to re-educate herself, learn some high income producing skills.
Oh.
So
Hmm.
yes, learn some high income producing skills so she
Mhm.
doesn't have to remain on just the backs of hardworking men. And my message to any gold digger: your time will come, and
Your time will come. Oh my God.
your time will come, as you've seen
I can't. I can't.
recently with the Moroccan national soccer player, and he plays on a French league team.
Hmm.
As you guys seen, his mama is the one who's rich and not him. Sooner or later, you can fall in that same category. Buy gold diggers.
Good gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Oh Lord.
Okay. Robin, you're closing us out. And Robin, don't let me say another word after you finish. We're done after you're done. So you got this. Close us out.
I promise. I like to start by saying that the woman we talked about in the beginning, you must think before you ink, because it's a hard thing not to live. It's a easy thing to just don't do it unless you thought about it.
Okay.
Rick Ross calls himself the boss. He's a boss in his own world, but he ain't a boss in the world. He needs to respect the rest of us.
Oh, okay.
To the gold diggers, I say gold dig at your own risk.
Oh.
But be prepared for whatever kind of outcomes may happen, every outlet, every other concern. I want to say about tonight's live, hallelujah, praise the Lord, Jesus saves, and amen, because it was fun. It was lighthearted.
Yes.
It was just a good time.
Yes.
And I say to everyone, thanks for being here on the train. The train stayed on the track for the most part. Yes.
Amen. I needed it on the track. I had over the day. Yes.
You can say amen all you want, but let your last amen be what it is and what it takes to pull this train into the station. Turn off the motors and say goodnight.
Good night, everybody.
Oh, wow. Wow, bravo, Robin.
Nighty.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.